Hey, it's chime time, and this is another episode of whatever the heck this is. I have a Volvo 240 race car. As you can see down here, we're doing cool things with my car. It's a 1992 Volvo 240. Drinks courtesy of my mom. We weren't drinking the entire time we were working, but we were drinking some of the time. Anyway, yeah, it's a Cosmopolitan. I mean, my mom made the drink. What do you expect? So we have this cheap Duralast lift, and we have the car lifted. We took the wheel off, which is sitting over here.
I'm like stuck.
Yeah.
I was stuck for a second.
And I put this 32 millimeter spacer on, and the issue with that is we were having clearance issues where the wheel was contacting the fender. And as you can see, there's some little overcut marks because I was too aggressive. But what I can show you is when I get on the ground, pass me the camera, is that I was able to make these really cool markings on the inside of the fender by making 2.5 inch incisions, right? As you can see from this cut mark right here on the outside of the car, there's a little bit of drip splash, you know, pretty bad work. I'm gonna wipe that up in a second, but I put some clear enamel, clear coat, so that this doesn't rust. But yeah, overall it's a cool job. Here, Carly. And let me get the camera again. You can see the 32 millimeter spacer there. I've got this on that perch right there. I have like this lowering spring right there, right above the trailing arm. And then in the back, I have adjustable tension bars and what's called a Pinard bar. For those of you guys who have live axle cars, it's a bit unusual for people who have independent rear suspension. They're not too familiar with that. But yeah, we were able to achieve this using some flood lamps, which my dad had, you know, like he provided me, you know, before he died in 1997. But yeah, and same thing with the mallet. This impact gun I purchased, and I had to buy a 19 millimeter little impact socket. And as you can see over here, we were like busy figuring out what size sockets we needed for these lug nuts. And you know, we had these problems. I'm not sure if you can see, but this is where the fender was touching the wheel. And we took it for a test drive, Carly and I, and we could hear some skidding noises. So within like a 60-second drive, we knew to pull it off the road. We put that much damage on the tire already. We got these hydras, which is pretty cool. So fitment, you can see it's pretty wide. We're gonna curve these fenders. It's a little bit dark, but you kind of see the flange that we had to make these 2 inch or like 1 inch incisions in, and then just hammer it out. And we made those incisions with this Dremel over here. This boy cost me $129 today, and it came in with some cutting wheels. This is a metal cutting wheel. It came with 2 of those, and you kind of see how deep we had to go. So we used maybe like, I don't know, a third of the usable life of this wheel on one wheel well. So we got to do this 4 times. The other fender was actually dented, and you know, that was problematic, but the dented fender actually had more clearance than this fender, and this fender already looks pretty rolled. You could barely see where I overcut it, you know, these 2 areas. But overall, I think it came out really good. I had some hearing protection. I definitely recommend that. I definitely recommend having some hand covering while you're cutting with the angle grinder, and maybe a face mask and some eye protection. Keep you safe. Otherwise, that's really all you need. Not too expensive if you already have the tools. Like, here's the air compressor that I have the impact gun. Like, getting started. This is my first race car, but I don't know. It's not too all bad. It's not all too bad. A little frustrating, but you know, first wheel, live life one wheel at a time. Anyway, I'm Chime Time. This is Carly on camera.
Hey yo.
Thank you so much.